if you are a noob and you don't watch PoE content, you don't know that armor sucks. You think, oh, I am going to build a bunch of armor, and then you get deleted and you don't know why. I have told you that as a new player, Path of Exile 2 didn't explain to me what Delirium was, what Ritual was, what Expedition was, what Bridge was. I had to go look for this on a YouTube video so that they explain to me what these mechanics are, because the game doesn't tell you. They assume that you know it because you played PoE1. No, brother. And there is other stuff like the end game, the pinnacle bosses, and the drops they give, like the end game jewels, like from nothing, and the Megalomaniac. What are these? Nobody tells you shit. The game doesn't explain to you that you will get points if you do unique maps. At any point in time, they tell you this shit. PoE1 also does a pretty shit job of explaining anything, to be honest, bro. That is like, why it doesn't explain you shit? Like, at least create like an in-game guide like Last Epoch has. You know that in Last Epoch you have an actual guide when you write a keyword or whatever, and the game explains to you what it means. Why can't PoE have that? Why do I have to go to a fucking wiki or to a fucking YouTube video to learn about this? It is stupid, dude. It is stupid. Dude, over 60% of you are not subscribed. Why? Why are you like this? Just click the sub button, dude. It is quick. It is easy. It is free. You get content. I get a sub win-win situation. Just click the sub button, my dude. With a Ranks beginner guide, I never would have understood PoE1 ever. Exactly. We need beginner guides and wikis and bullshit to learn this shit. No, brother. PoE2 does a way better job explaining shit than PoE1. I am sure about that because I bounced back from PoE1, but in PoE2, I could learn shit. So that, and in PoE2, it sucks. So I don't know how it is in PoE1. Of course, this is not a shot at PoE1 before people say, no, but PoE1 is good. Yes, we know PoE1 is good. But about explaining things so people learn stuff, both games suck in that aspect. There's a lot of things that Last Epoch has that just makes the experience so much better. Yeah, and that is one. Better loot system, easier build respects. Yes, the quality of life in Last Epoch is better. In item filters, all the little things like the sword bullshit in here that you can, the game plays the Tetris for yourself. In here I have to, where can I put this so I can pick up more shit? Oh, brother, that is fucking stupid, dude. But hey, the game itself, PoE2, hey, PoE2 is PoE2, you know. But I wish it had the guide that Last Epoch has, you know. PoE1, if you want to learn an endgame mechanic, you have to watch an hour-long Caesaran video twice. Take notes and you still won't get it. So there is a lot of stuff that is not explained in the game. And of course, we have to rely on third-party bullshit. And PoE is really infamous for having to rely on third-party bullshit. For example, you want to know how much damage you get from getting a node. Yes, you can do this with Chief, but let's be honest. This is bullshit. It doesn't tell you, well, when it works, that it never works, but when it works, it's bullshit. Right? It doesn't tell you the required information. So you have to go to Path of Building. Do you want to know how something works? The database or the wiki? Do you want to have something explained? YouTube is your friend. But the game doesn't tell you shit. I think the worst offenders are, of course, the link mechanics. The link mechanics are the worst offenders in my opinion, but there is a lot of stuff in the game that is never explained. The crafting. Omens. That is never explained. Well, if you can call this bullshit crafting, it is never explained. The different dudes from the expedition mechanic, they do different stuff, right? Like there is one dude that where you can change your currency. There is the person where you can buy gear and you can craft the gear while you buy it. Nobody explains that shit to you. You have to go to YouTube to understand how it works. Nobody tells you, if you don't go to YouTube, that you have to give this dude the expedition map to go to the expedition bullshit. Nobody tells you that all road that is there has a chance to appear or to not appear in the expedition. Then you can go in here and you can buy expedition items in here. And while you buy, you can craft on the bullshit. I don't have currency, so I can do it. But you can craft while you buy. Who explains you this shit? Nobody explains you this shit. You can also buy from this dude. Nobody explains shit to you. What does this motherfucker do? Also sells other bullshit. You can exchange in here currency. Nobody explains any of this shit to you. Some people will say, hey, they will explain that when they introduce these characters in Act 4 when the expansion is improved. I really hope that is the case. Because what I think it will happen is that, yes, they will introduce these characters in Act 4, but still they won't explain shit. They will just be there and you will be able to do the mechanic. But they are not going to actually explain the mechanic. Brother, I can bet on that shit. I hope I am wrong, though. I hope I am wrong. Yeah, for a new player, that shit is confusing. And even simpler things like prefixes and suffixes. And how many you can have in an item. And what's the difference between... Exactly. Nobody tells you that an item can have 3 suffixes and 3 affixes if you don't watch it in a video or if you don't go to the database. And you have to go to a fucking website called Path of Crafting, so you see what are the weightings and the chances to get every fucking affix. Motherfucker, fuck this shit, dude. This is too fucking much, dude. This is too fucking much. Why doesn't crafting have the recombinator? For the recombinator, they did it. I have to be honest. They did it for the recombinator, and I am glad. Not explaining how it works, but at least telling you the percentage, the probability you have of the shit working. Hey, cool, GG. Thank you very much. You gave it to the fucking recombinator. Do that for all the other shit. And we can dissect everything in the fucking game. Yes, at the same time, there is not a single game that explains every little thing. And this is not a hand-holding game. This is a game where you explore and learn things. I also agree with that. Yes, like, you don't have to explain every little thing to me. There are things that are intuitive. I understand that. But at the same time, hey, dude, we have to come to a compromise. I come to the compromise that, yes, don't explain me everything. I want to discover things. This is a game of make your journey, how you learn things. That is part of the fun learning shit. Okay, I come to that compromise. Come to the compromise that at the same time, the game doesn't explain you shit, and it can give you more. It can definitely give you more information, and you shouldn't have to rely for everything on a third-party website or guide or wiki or video or whatever the fuck. Right? We can come to a compromise. Like, put Path of Building, put it inside of the game. Put Path of Building inside of the game. And while you are at that, put the fucking trading website inside of the game too. What the fuck are we trading in a website out of the game, motherfucker? But that is another topic that I have ranted about a lot. It's just a high knowledge floor. Definitely horse accessibility, but I don't want pop-ups and arrows every time I see something new in game. That is why I make the compromise, Taco. Let's make a compromise, okay? I agree with that. You don't have to point me in every direction. Hey. But at least put that I can look for it. Like, include I don't know. How do you... Let's not call it a guide. Let's call it an encyclopedia. A PoE encyclopedia inside of the game that you can look up a mechanic, not even telling you what to do. Just, I want to know how X things work. And they tell to you, hey, how does armor work? Because people think, that is one thing that they don't explain, and people think if you are a noob and you don't watch PoE content, you don't know that armor sucks. You think, oh, I am going to build a bunch of armor, and then you get deleted and you don't know why. If they created an encyclopedia where you write armor and they show you what armor actually does, and they show you the formula the armor has, and don't tell me they can't show you this because Last Epoch does it. They even show you the formulas for the bullshit in the guide inside of the game. Then you can know for yourself, oh, this is why armor sucks. Or I have to build my character like this. The small hit, the big hit. A noob doesn't know anything about the big hit and the small hit. You learn this by watching a fucking YouTuber, dude. That is what I am meaning. I am not even talking about hand holding. I know, I compromise. Don't hand hold me. Don't tell me how to play the game, because that is also bullshit. That is not what PoE is about. PoE is about, let me do my stuff. But hey, we have to come to a compromise, dude. It is too much. That is what I mean. That is what I mean. I am not saying make the game easy as fuck or make the game like there is nothing to discover. But hey, it is too much at this point, dude. That's some huge quality of life. Yeah, brother. A straight up encyclopedia in PoE2 will be nice. It will be insane. You just have to look up the bullshit, dude. And yes, they are not explaining to you. They are not even telling you look for it. You have to actively look for it. But at least it is inside of the game. At least it is inside of the game. You support the whole fucking database. Hey, that would be awesome, dude. What do you guys think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I a clown? Am I a genius? Let me know everything in the comments below. I love reading comments even when they don't agree with me. Also, remember to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, all that cool stuff. Guys, thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. God bless ya. And remember, don't be afraid ever, because this is just a ride.